Welcome to a special Mother's Day podcast episode. It's going to be extra special today. We'll be sharing a Mother's Day kindness kit that I have secretly made for you. I'm Tess, your
Secret.
Yeah, exactly. Super secret. I am Tess, your host, and I've got Carl with me here today.
Hey, mothers, everybody listening. Happy Mother's Day. It's coming up. We're just
Yeah.
getting prepared for it.
Totally. Today we're going to be discussing one of the most important people in our lives, which, of course, are mothers. And absolutely. And as we approach Mother's Day, it is seriously the perfect time to show our appreciation and love for our mums. And what better way to do that would be to perhaps just sprinkle them with kindness. I don't know.
Bad idea?
Because whether you're a child or a teenager or an adult, we definitely have something for everyone today. So sit back, relax, grab a cuppa if that's what you fancy or whatever it is. So let's get started, shall we?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm quite excited about today. I think we wanted to dive into the history of Mother's Day to talk about where did Mother's Day come from? It's something that's been around forever, like we probably assume, or where did it come from? We did some research, right?
Really? Did we have, I am in the category of this thing, and I know my mum would hate me if she listens. So mum, if you're listening to this, please don't shut your ears. But there's so much pressure about this day. And I feel even in our family, and that is honestly, which I will be sharing with you soon, where this whole idea of this Mother's Day kindness kit came about. Because my husband, my kids, they all walk around and they tend to try and focus on all these gifts that, what do you want for Mother's Day? And they tend to be like this pressure of that being really expensive or something that I really need, but it's going to be cute or whatever it might be. And all I want is just like something that my kids have made themselves or something that's made from love or something that a lot of time and thought has gone into creating something rather than buying me something. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited to share the little bit that I've made.
That's a great snippet, though. I really think that's something I'm sure other mums and just people in general can probably relate to. Just if we pull out the consumerism of all of these special days and drill into what is the day all about, it's really about appreciating that person and showing them that we thought about them, that we care about them, and how much they mean to us in our lives. There's so many brands that just want to sell you things, man, and you got to pull that out.
And that's it. And I think coming back to my mission and my vision, I suppose, with sharing kindness is I have one goal, and it's to be able to bring families closer together through connection and building stronger relationships. And through that, children are going to grow up and be so much more confident and resilient. And I think what better way than to spend Mother's Day to connect with each other rather than spending half a day at the freaking shops trying to buy something that's more or less going to be, oh, thank you. Yes. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I think that so many issues we have in the world are based on consumerism and the fact that we think material will bring us happiness. When really, at the end of the day, it's about the connections we have, the relationships we have, the people that we have in our lives, and it all stems from your family. Some people might disagree. You might have a horrible family. And look, I'm not saying that you have to get along with everyone in your family. I know that it's a difficult task, but if you do have a solid foundation as a child growing up, if you have parents who love you, are there for you, they support you, and you have a mother who cares about you, supports you, and loves you, it will help you be more resilient in life, and it will set you up for a great foundation. You always have that to fall back on. So I definitely think that's very important. It's where Mother's Day came from.
And exactly. Yeah. And this is it. And on that note, I have also prepared a podcast for us, Kyle, which is on love languages.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Yeah, because I thought that tied in really well with Mother's Day, because I kept thinking about love and this love that I have for my kids and that they have for me. And because I went to see Eckhart Tolle yesterday, and my kids written me love hearts and put in my bag and all these little things. And I was like, oh, and how we all have different love languages. And it's just, once again, connecting through our love languages for Mother's Day. I think that could be, a good thing to do. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, stay tuned for next week's episode then in that case, because we'll make sure that we do a love language episode very soon.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, but it's really interesting, like thinking about where it all came from. Because first I was thinking this might still be American history to some degree. I'm not sure, but I really thought that there was some sort of store like Walmart store,
Yeah. Yeah.
something like that.
Uh,
And just said, oh, let's sell some more products for a day. Let's come up
yeah.
with a
Yeah.
day for mothers. But
Oh,
I don't
absolutely. Yeah.
like that.
I think like Mother's Day, there's been festivals that celebrate mothers going back to ancient times. The Romans had festivals for fertility and like the great ancient mother of the world, the Greeks as well. There's cultures all around the world that celebrated Mother Earth as well. There's been a lot of big celebrations in most cultures. But from what we could tell doing the research, it seems like Mother's Day was officially created in 17th century England. And that was a day where servants were allowed to go back and visit their mothers, which is nice, I guess.
Pretty nice. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
right.
nice.
And then it seems as though as it grew throughout Europe and the kind of Western world, it obviously spread to the New World and America. And it looks like it was stamped with approval by one of the presidents who made it official day off in 1914, I believe. President Wilson made it an
Also,
official public holiday.
a good man.
What a great man. He obviously was a
Well, he
mother's
had a
boy.
really, and I'm sure he had a really powerful wife next to him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I definitely think he probably was surrounded by very strong women. What a great holiday to have. And ever since then, it's been a massively commercialized day of the year. As you said, companies that sell flowers, greeting cards, you name it. It's really been a way to honor and show appreciation to your mother, which is nice.
It is nice, and I shouldn't really be joking about it because that's just in some degree disrespectful. But I really just feel it is a nice thing, and I think once you become a mother as well, like I have in the last few years, I do know about that nugget. That yeah, you just yeah, it is a nice feeling to just be appreciated for all that paid hard work that goes into it because it really is. But like I said before, it doesn't have to be paid back with a really expensive gift. It just needs to be paid back by appreciation again. And I think there's just something sacred about gifts that children make, or at least that's how I feel about gifts that come, the cards that come on my birthday that are like it's, and
Yeah.
I've actually stopped buying wrapping paper.
Nice. Yeah.
At IKEA, you can buy, it's just paper on a big roll, which is just beige, like brown paper. And that's
Yeah.
all I have at home now. So every time my kids give birthday presents to others, they draw on it. And I
Oh,
just,
nice. That's a good idea.
yeah, I think that's a really nice, because then hard work has gone into creating the little package instead of just wrapping it up as beautifully as you can with the perfect edges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love that. I agree, though. I think that for me, I've always felt a bit of a distaste for the commercialization of holidays, even like Christmas. I've always felt a bit icky about it being so much about what did you get? What did you get? It's like, this is all about spending time with your family. And Christmas is a Christian holiday, right? It really is a time that you're supposed to be spending with your family and appreciating, you know,
Each
each
other.
other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I think that the fact that it's become like this kind of got to get everyone gifts, and there's so many
Mhm.
people who are so stressed out around Christmas, and it does put a lot of families into financial hardship. It's all the wrong ethos of
It
Christmas
really
for what
is.
the,
Yes.
yeah. And so that's always irked me. And I
Is.
think it's the same with Mother's Day. I always love to take my mom out for dinner and show her love and spend the day together, do something fun. And yes, get gifts, but it's also trying to just say, hey, mom, you're amazing. I love you. And just today's about you. I think
Yeah.
that's really what the holiday should be about.
You're a very good son.
Oh, I try to be.
But I think another good reason to celebrate Mother's Day too is part of becoming a mother is a very joyous experience, I suppose, for many women, perhaps not everyone, but it also can put a significant stress and strain on us. And I think that like from the physical demands of having children to the emotional challenges that it does put upon us, it really does take a toll on us. And I think that this is another good reason to celebrate Mother's Day. And one of the most common mental health challenges that mothers face is obviously postnatal depression. And I think the stats are saying like 20% of all mothers are affected by postnatal depression. And I know from my personal experience, I think that 20% is a very underestimated, or, I mean, it's a statistical number, I suppose, but I would almost claim 80 to 95 or something
Mm,
percent of all women have had some level of degree, because it's
yeah,
such a huge emotional change with emotional or with hormonal changes and all the rest of it, that, and I think, and I don't mean that disrespectful against men either, but it's nothing you could compare to. So you
yeah,
kind of, and I know my husband always says, because I've had one child natural. My first one was natural, and my second one was emergency C-section. And I remember clearly Lee, my husband's look on me after I'd had my first baby, and he, like, the respect that he had was insane, and I felt really flattered, or it felt really nice to know that he respected in me in a different way. But he was like, "I
mm,
can't believe you did that." And I was like,
yeah.
"Can't believe I did that either." Uh, yeah, but I suppose another reason why I wanted to bring that up is because I want to also highlight that it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to struggle with your mental health. And
Yeah,
not saying that Mother's Day is the day to bring it up if that's not what you want to do, but there are people out there who will listen to you, who will support you. And even if it may not feel like it at this present moment, that's not your husband, I am sure that he'll still be there for you if time came. And sometimes it's just about being able to speak it. And yeah, and I think that's also another reason
wow,
why.
there's so much there to unpack, Tess. I love that. And in terms of your mental health is super important, and the amount of stress that you go through giving birth, it's like you said, I don't think I could
Yeah.
ever understand that. And it is one of those things that it puts such a toll on your body. You're going through something that's like miraculous on one end, but also disastrous on another. Like, it is so traumatic.
Mm.
And you are bringing life into this world. There's nothing more miraculous than that. But it's also one of the hardest thing you'll probably go through in your life. And I imagine just the come down of that and just, oh, like, it would
Yeah.
just be so hard. And
Yeah.
I imagine just being able to talk about it's probably one of the first steps, being able to kind of realize that it's okay to not be okay and not to feel shame around being sad or feeling anxious or feeling depressed. It's, man, you've just gone through a lot. And I think that if you've got good people in your life, talk to them, do your best to share what you're feeling, and don't feel silly or shame or any, like, you can't help it if you feel those ways, but try not to stop yourself from
Mm,
opening up and talking to your loved ones.
and that's it. And I think we just need to try and reduce that stigma around maternal mental health, and just really bring these topics to the forefront and encourage everyone to seek help. So if you are experiencing any thoughts and feelings and experiences, then please do seek help, because there is help available. But yeah, and it was through all these deep diving and all these emotions, and thinking about my mom that's not here and she's in Sweden. And like I said to Carl before, it's a different Mother's Day date in Sweden. So when is that? I think it's freaking last weekend of May. And then Australia, US, Canada is the second weekend of May. It's like, why couldn't it just be the same? So yeah, so I'm always lost. And my mum's literally texting me on Mother's Day, like,
Oh
"Happy birthday."
no.
If you are listening, Mum, I'm very sorry. I did love you. I use on that love language note, my love language is so not gifts. Like, really isn't. We all have our own love languages, but yeah, so I am a strong believer that the best gifts come from the heart. And that's why I have created a very special little Mother's Day kindness kit for all of our listeners. We will put some notes in the show notes below, but I just really feel like, and I've got my Christmas advent calendar, a countdown to Christmas with a random act of kindness each day and an affirmation. And then I've got an Easter countdown. And I feel like my company has just become into this whole holiday celebration, celebrative, connective, I don't know what to call it, but I just feel like for every holiday, I really come together with my own thoughts and ideas to create more and more products that bring us together closer and bring us
Yeah.
more connected as a family. Because I know I'm speaking from my own self, but like the conversations had through my kindness activities are memories that I will carry with me forever. Like they are memories and moments, I should say. And I think all the kindness activities too, like they bring upon like good conversations, and those conversations then even turn into talking about struggles. Yeah. So if there's one thing that all my products really do, I suppose, a point of difference to all other products is that they all tell a story. And that's what I want my kids to embrace, their own unique special traits and embracing their own special story in life. Yeah, I'm really excited about this kindness kids.
Amazing. I think that's the thing that I really resonate with as well for sharing kindness is that you're trying to make it more of a focus on how do we bring our family together? How do we take this time, this holiday in our lives where we would normally celebrate, but it's moved towards picking mom the best
Yeah,
gift or
consumerism
picking
again.
getting dad some socks for Father's Day. It's again, it's removing the connection element of the holiday and really remembering what it's all about. And I think that's why these holidays, sharing kindness has brought that back together. So the having a Mother's Day kit, I think is great to be like, look, this is about bringing the family together. This is about appreciating one another and sharing kindness with one another. And that's a really beautiful thing, I think.
And totally. And it's 100% guaranteed to put a smile on your mum's face. And I think the thing is, I even wrote, you can go to my website and have a look at it. And I really just like, this is perfect. It's really good for you if you're a mum. And I really was like, I think I just have to write this. I was like, no, like literally, remember, I created this for myself. So if you're a mum, downloading this kit for yourself to do with your kids, there really is no judgment because, yes, remember, I did create this for myself. You're a
Yeah,
man.
well,
Yeah.
I think that's good though. Like it is going to be, let's be honest. I think that most mums are the leaders of their family. Let's be honest. That's generally how it works
Yes.
out. Sorry, guys. We generally are followers in most states, except for when we want to chuck our egos on and be like, no, look at me. I'm the big guy. But I think that it is okay for anyone to download this. I think it seems like it's a great kit that you can just share with your whole family.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even if you're a husband buying it for your wife, even if you're a teacher wanting to use it in your classroom, or a grandparents who might think it's lovely, maybe your grandchildren are coming over for the weekend or something, you can do it together for their mum or do it together for yourself. If you're grandmother, you're a mum as well. But yeah, like this kindness kit is honestly just a big collection of cuteness and fun kindness activities to do. And they're
Nice.
really easy to do as well. So it's not like they don't take a lot of time. And they can be made even, it depends on the age of the child, obviously, but they can be made by their child. If it's maybe 6 or 8 or something, they can do it on their own and surprise you, or you can do them together as a family or, yeah. And it's, yeah, perfect for all ages because even if you're and some children, younger children will perhaps need that little bit more just input or help or whatever. Yeah, it's just a really nice activity to do together.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's
And
awesome. So how does it all work? I know that you put a lot of time and energy into this. What's included? How does it work? I'm keen to know.
yep, so they're all hand drawn, beautiful illustrations. So there's 14 pages in total. Where 6 empowering, fun, interactive, easy to do. I really want to point that out. Activities. And there's also a little printable like love coupons. So I don't know if anyone else is born in the 80s, you would know what these are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we literally had that. Well, I still think that they are around. But yeah, so they have little coupons. They can fill some examples like breakfast in bed, or I will help you with a chore, or yeah, just cute little things like I will make my bed. I should be in the first place, but yeah. But what it also does includes that anyone listening who have heard us talk about my affirmation cards, the Mother's Day kit also includes a handpicked selection of our printable affirmation cards. So if you're keen to see we do show one every episode, but if you're keen to download some and use them with your children, then that's also included in this Mother's Day kit. And that's pretty much it. It's just
Nice.
some really nice, heartfelt, good activities that are, like I said before, guaranteed to put a huge smile on yourself, or yes, or whoever.
Yeah.
Maybe you
That's
are.
right. That's right. It's good. I think, again, like what we're trying to make sure is that we're getting kindness into the family and into as many households as we can. And I think this is a great way. As mothers listening, you can download this and share it with your family. It's just good to practice kindness, practice gratitude. And that's what it's all about. It's just trying to find fun ways that you can do that on a regular basis. So it becomes that habit, becomes that kind of ingrained practice for your kids and for yourself.
And what I keep thinking about how this whole company's come about and how my mission and the impact that we want to share with the world. What better way to have your children think about holidays? So whether that's a school holiday coming up or like the little holidays that we celebrate, their Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas. But imagine, and I haven't experienced this, but I'm just thinking outside of the box right now. But imagine as a child growing up and remembering that each holiday we spent it doing kindness activities. I feel like the real impact that we're having on this world, Kyle, is actually going to be massive because if and even if you don't do all the activities or even if you just do a couple, just that memory from a child's memory bank, feeling that, oh, and Easter is coming along. Yes, there's chocolate and Christmas coming along. Oh, yes, there's chocolate. There's all this. Oh, but when we were little, oh my God, my mum and I, we used to do these kindness activities and we used to bake a treat and leave it on our neighbor's door. And we used to, and I almost like, wow, I don't think I've actually put it that way, but yeah.
You're helping establish new traditions that are focused on kindness and gratitude. And what a beautiful legacy, what I love traditional aspects of things that you think of that you do with your family, especially being a migrant child, moving from one country to the other side of the world. When I was young, you missed that traditional element. And I think that when you look back, you always are going to remember those childhood memories. So I agree. I think you could not have a better, I guess, like habit or
The memory, instead of the memory of my memories from Christmas is all the financials, like how my my parents wanted to buy me this and they couldn't buy the food or they could whatever it was. But I have strong feelings and it's no one's fault, but I have really in depth sad feelings about most holidays because there was always so much pressure and there was always stress and it was always, but imagine just flipping the coin. And even if you are going through financial difficulties and all the rest of it, perhaps that's not going to be the strongest memory that your child has about the holidays because you are doing something that is far more valuable than any gift. And it's connection and it's creating memories and it's creating long lasting memories that last well beyond Christmas and Easter and Mother's Day and any day of the week. But it is. And I think, and we spoke about, I think that was the last episode, the science behind kindness. Like it makes you feel good. So they are stronger feelings than what one probably would give themselves credit for. But that is honestly going to leave a long lasting impact on your children by practicing kindness throughout the holiday seasons.
Definitely. To bring it full circle as well, like I couldn't think of a better day than Mother's Day to really celebrate the person who brought you into this world and do that through sharing kindness and practicing gratitude together because your mom's gone through so much just for you to be here. You know what I mean? Like we talked about that at the beginning of the show. Like your mom's, given you the world. And I think that this is a great way to remember that you should be kind, that you should make her proud. All of the things that I think that our moms would want us to do.
Yeah, 100%. And on that note, on an affirmation card note, so today I've got here, this is Sienna the rabbit and Bjorn the bear. I was say that, I was like, it's Swedish. Read the story, I am sweet.
Bjorn the bear.
And don't you remember Bjorn Borg, the good tennis player? Anyway, but being kind and helpful makes me feel good on the inside.
Amazing. That's great. I love the affirmation cards. They're great.
No. Yeah, they're beautiful. So don't forget, the show notes will have all the links to the Mother's Day kit. The Mother's Day kit also does include a hand-picked selection of our digital version of affirmation cards. Yeah, go take a look, and yeah, we'd love it if you could join us on this kindness activity Mother's Day thing.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Tess, for another great episode and for sharing all that with our audience. Just as Tess said, you can go and click on the link to check out the Mother's Day special kit that Tess has put together from Sharing Kindness. Please do stay tuned for future episodes. We're doing these every week on all your favorite podcast networks and YouTube as well. So thanks everyone for listening, and thank you, Tess.
Thank you. And also, if you do love what, it would mean the world to me if you could just share it with a friend.
Nice. Awesome. On that note, take care until next episode, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.